Hello mga guro, good news po. Dahil ang panukalang batas para babaan ang retirement age ng mga government workers ay aprobado na sa House of Representatives at naitransmit na rin ito sa Senado. At pinag-usapan na nga ito ng mga senador sa kanilang plenary session. Halika at panoorin natin ang kanilang mga naging talakayan.
Mr. President, with the permission of the body, I move that we transfer from the calendar for ordinary business to the calendar for special orders, Committee Report number 134 on Senate Bill number 2444. This bill pertains to an act lowering the retirement age of government workers. So move, Mr. President.
By our birthday boy, the
Yes, Mr.
distinguished
President.
gentleman from the historic province of Cavite, no other than Senator Bong Revilla. So we have no objection to your motion, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I now move that we consider Senate Bill number 2444 under Committee Report number 134. So move, Mr. President.
There being no objection, we ask the Secretary to read the title of the measure.
An act lowering the optional retirement age of government workers from 60 years to 56 years, amending for the purpose Section 13A of Republic Act 8291, otherwise known as the Government Service Insurance System Act of 1997.
Thank you, Mr. President. To sponsor the measure, may we recognize the distinguished gentleman from Cavite, Senator Ramon Bong Revilla Jr., the chairperson of the Committee on Civil Service, Government Reorganization, and Professional Regulation to deliver the sponsorship speech.
Have we greeted him a happy birthday officially, Your Honor?
It's gonna be
It's on Monday pa?
next
Oh,
Monday, Mr. President.
I saw a cake.
Monday.
I saw a cake inside. Was
It's
that
a
yours, or-
month-long celebration, Mr.
Month-long
President.
celebration.
But in the Senate,
Month
it's just a
celebration.
one-week celebration in the
Cake
Senate.
every day.
Yes.
We'll have a cake every day. Yes, the distinguished gentleman from Cavite is recognized. Senator Bong Revilla.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, your Committee on Civil Service, Government Organization, and Professional Regulation, together with Government Corporation and Public Enterprises and Finance, is honored to sponsor this afternoon Senate Bill number 2444 under Committee Report number 134, which seeks to lower the optional retirement age of government workers from 60 years old to 56 years old, amending for the purpose of 13-A of Republic Act 8291, otherwise known as the Government Service Insurance System Act of 1997, Mr. President. Kasama ni na Senate President Pro Tempore Loren Legarda, Majority Floor Leader Joel Villanueva, Senator Sani Angara, and Senator Chis Escudero, at Senator Win Gatchalian. Tayo po ay naghain ng panukalang magbibigay ng opsyon ng mas maagang pagre-retiro para sa mga kawani ng gobyerno. This is our response to the clamor coming from our dear civil servants who, if given the option, would wish to enjoy their retirement days at a much earlier time. Our counterparts in the House of Representatives have already passed this measure on third reading, Mr. President. It is now our turn in the Senate to listen to the appeal of our dear civil servants. The welfare of civil servants has long been part of our advocacies. Walang mintis. Mula pa noong aking unang termino bilang senador ay pinakinggan, tinugunan na natin ang mga pangangailangan at isinusulong ang kapakanan ng ating mga lingkod bayan. The United Nations Principles for Older Persons of 1991 acknowledges the necessity of instituting policies for the elderly. It states that older persons should be able to participate in determining when and at what pace withdrawal from a labor force takes place. And it is in the spirit that we propose this measure. Sa mahabang panahon ng konsultasyon para dito ay binalanse ng komite ang kakayahan ng Government Service Insurance System o GSIS bilang tagapamahala ng kontribusyon ng mga kawani ng gobyerno sa kanilang pagbibigay seguridad sa nasabing pondo sa isang banda at ang kalayaan naman ng mga miyembro nito na magdesisyon ukol sa kanilang pagre-retiro sa kabilang banda. Malinaw din sa naganap na pagdinig at technical working group meetings na katulad ng mga lingkod bayan, ang Civil Service Commission, CSC, ay sumusuporta at nagtutulak din ng panukalang ito. Nandiyan po sila sa ating likuran. The hearing and the TWG meetings conducted by the committee revealed not only the earnest desire of the government workers to be given the option to retire earlier, but more importantly, the true numbers which unveiled the lowering the optional retirement age and will not be to the detriment of the GSIS, Mr. President. Ang edad na 56 ay maihahambing nga sa edad ng pagre-retiro ng ating mga sundalo at pulis. At tinitiyak po ng inyong komite na ang lahat ng ito ay mga konsiderasyon na inaral at tinimbang upang makalikha ng isang panukalang didinggin ang ating mga lingkod bayan na hindi naman ikapapahamak ng GSIS. Mismong GSIS na po ang nagdeklara sa nasabing TWG meeting na hindi ikamamatay ng GSIS kung isa sa batas ang panukalang ito. No less than the GSIS data shows that even as the law now stands, most of those who avail of the optional retirement wait for an average of 2 years after they become eligible. Dito nga po sa atin mismo sa Senado, not even 2% retire at the age of 60. We can just safely assume that still a very little percentage will avail of this option when we amend it, leading to no other conclusion but that the actuarial life of GSIS will very minimally be affected, if at all. Linawin natin, ito ay pagbibigay laya na makapagretiro sa mas maagang edad. We give them the choice. Ang mga datos mula sa CSC ay nagtatala na nasa halos 18% lamang o wala pa sa isa sa bawat 5 na kasalukuyang bilang ng mga kawani ang nasa edad na 56 pataas. Kalakip na panang datos na ito ay ang mababang bilang ng ating mga kawani na may edad na 60 na humiwalay sa serbisyo sa anumang dahilan. Ito ay halos 3% lamang o 50,000 lamang sa halos 2 milyon na kabuuang bilang ng mga kawani sa nakalipas na 3 taon. These numbers only strengthen our position that the granting of this privilege will not cause fatigue to the actual life of the GSIS, given that they only comprise a small percentage of the total number of the civil servants. Even assuming that half of them will avail of the new optional retirement, that will total to barely 9% of the entire population of government workers. But even then, that would be an absurd speculation because of the trend as it now stands. We reiterate, only 3% of the total population of those eligible for optional retirement of age of 60 years old avails of the option. After having heard our stakeholders of their positions on the matter, the committee deemed it prudent to report out this measure, Mr. President. Medyo pinapawisan ako. Oo. Which only seeks to lower the optional retirement age while retaining the current mandatory retirement age of 65 years. This strikes the balance between giving our civil servants the option to retire earlier while ensuring that the actuarial life of the GSIS remains protected. This proposed measure is a consolidation of several proposals seeking to cover teachers and civil servants. Now, all civil servants who are qualified may avail of this lowered optional retirement age if they wish to do so. At ating pong sinabi ay hindi ito bago sa sistema dahil noon pa man ay may mga sektor na ng ating lipunan ang pinayagang magretiro sa edad na 56 years old. Ulitin ko, ang pulis at ang mga militar. Huwag na nating ipagkait sa ilan nating maranasan ang benepisyo ng retirement life sa mas maagang panahon. Ano man po ang kanilang dahilan para dito, marapat lamang nating galangin ito at pagbigyan. Lalo na dahil sa panahon ng kanilang kabataan at kalakasan. At ay buong sigla at giting naman nilang ginampanan ang kanilang tungkulin bilang mga kawani ng ating pamahalaan, Mr. President. The CSC recently conducted a survey on its counterparts in the 9 ASEAN member states. The survey compiled pertinent data on retirement age, retirement package, health benefits, and other retirement incentives. It appears that compared to the other civil servants in the region, Filipino civil servants retire later than the others based on CSC data. Among our peers in Southeast Asia, the Philippines has in fact one of the oldest retirement age, pegged at 60 years old and 65 years old. Kumpara sa ibang bansa na pwedeng kasing baba ng 40 taon. Itong parehas ng bilang na ito ay nag-uudyok sa atin na sumunod sa pamantayang ito. Ayon din po sa ulat na naitala ng World Bank, tayong mga Pilipino ay may life expectancy o edad na inaasang tumagal ang buhay ng 72 taon lamang o higit na mas mababa sa ating mga karatig bansa sa ASEAN gaya ng Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand at Vietnam na umabot sa edad na 76 hanggang 84 na taon. Halos kalahati o isang dekada lamang ang agwat niyan sa edad na kasalukuyang edad ng pagreretiro. Wala tayong kasiguruhan kung ilan ang tatanda higit sa edad na yan. With this data on hand, indeed, we have to do something so that those who wish to enjoy their retirement earlier and have a longer life to spend with their family and loved ones will have that option. We maintain that the trend here in the region is a low optional retirement age and stress that we cannot compare ourselves with other countries increasing the retirement age, especially when we have a young and growing population. Marami tayong batang kababayan na posibleng maging bahagi ng ating labor force kumpara sa ibang karatig bansa natin na mas marami na ang nasa aging population. And with this measure, we will be opening doors to this younger population, who wish to become part of government service. Wala po tayong talo dito, Mr. President. When we lower the retirement age, the GSIS will not die simply because their separation will mean the entry of new and younger Filipinos who will be given the chance to share their talents to the nation. Hindi po mababawasan ang mga contributors ng GSIS dahil siguradong may hahalili po sa kanilang iiwanang posisyon para maliwanag po. At sa kanilang pagtahak sa buhay retirado, mabibigyan din natin ng pagkakataon ang mga bagong sibol na makapagtatrabaho para sa ating hanay. Siguradong mayroong mga bagong papasok na may kaparehong sipag at tiyaga sa paglilingkod sa ating mga kababayan. Hindi tayo magkakaroon ng malawakang kawalan ng kawani. Bagkus ay nagbibigay tayo ng oportunidad sa iba ang nais maisama sa hanay ng mga lingkod bayan. Magandang mapag-isipan ang maging bunga ng pagpapaaga ng 4 na taon para sa kwalipikado na sa optional retirement. Paniguradong win-win po ito. May lalaan nila ang dagdag na panahong ito sa kanilang mga pamilya at para sa sarili na malayo sa work-related stress. Tumatakbo ang ating oras at mahalaga ang bawat sandali kasama ng ating mga mahal sa buhay. Hindi naman po katapusan ang kahulugan ng pagre-retiro. Kasama din sa opsyon nila ang maging produktibo sa iba pang bagay, hobbies o ibang passion nila. Naway kasama nila tayo na maitulak ang kanilang hangaring matamasa ang bunga ng kanilang pagtatrabaho habang kaya pa ang kanilang mga tuhod. Ika nga, let them enjoy their pension while they are able to enjoy it. Hangad ko na hindi na nila kailangan maging baldado o magkaroon ng malubhang sakit para lamang mabigyan sila ng karapatan sa mas pinaagang edad ng pagre-retiro. Muli, bilang isang deliberative body, inahain ko ang isang panukalang matagal ng panawagan ng ating mga kawani sa pamahalaan. At nagpapasalamat po tayo sa overwhelming support para sa committee ito na nagkaroon tayo ng 21 bilang na nalagda. Kaya again, Mr. President, thank you very much sa lahat ng sumuporta. Mabuhay po kayo. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Revilla, Majority Leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Mr. President, before we suspend consideration of this measure, we'd just like to put on record, Mr. President, that several members of this August Chamber, including this representation, who has been filing this very important measure since this representation became a member of this August Chamber. We have become close friends with some of our commissioners in Civil Service Commission, especially Commissioner Lizada, who is also here, Mr. President. May I just be allowed, Mr. President, together with Senators Loren Legarda and Senator Win Gatchalian, to just insert into the record our co-sponsorship speech, Mr. President.
Sir, objection, there being none, so noted, the sponsorship speeches are hereby.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Ayan po, sana ay may sakatuparan na nga ang hiling ng mga government workers para babaan ang retirement age ng mga ito. At sana isa ito sa mga priority ng Senado para tuluyan ng maging batas ang Senate bill na ito. So hanggang dito na lang mga guro, salamat po sa panonood.